California has 40 million people. North Dakota has 755,000, and yet they both get 2 senators. See, my thing is, in order to make, if I can just make one more point, I'm sorry, but
no, please,
that I feel very, like pumped up about is I don't know of another peaceful way to set right these systemic inequalities without a violent and bloody revolution. And that's why I really believe that it isn't woo-woo about this miraculous power of critical mass that in the foreword of my book, Dr. Sennett writes and talks about, and in the epilogue in my book, Coach Christine talks about the powers that when you get enough people who grok something, totally understand it, that this miraculous understanding spreads, and we only need about someplace, they say, between 10 and 11%. And a good example of this, of course, that most of us are familiar with, like I've been here for 66 rotations around the sun.
Hey, me too, yes.
And when I was a little kid, right, I thought for sure we were going to go to having an atomic war with Russia. Did I ever think that the Berlin Wall was going to come down without a shot being fired? And that's a good example of critical mass. And of course, this was found within nature, and it's also used in areas in science and in social structures, and even in politics. So I mean, the thing with critical mass.
But I am not willing to sacrifice women being women just for the sake of being in control. I don't want the women to have to act like men to get anywhere.
But we don't have
to. You don't have to. But that's what we're seeing. We're seeing women acting like men so that they can take the role that a man formerly has. I don't want that. I want a woman to stay a woman. I want her to be nurturing and caring and loving and all those things and still have more control. But I think that's a problem. To take a gun and now have as many murders committed by women with guns as men with guns is not the answer to the problem.
Well, that's one way of looking at it, right? Here's another way of looking at it. What about as males and females? We balance our male and female energy. So as a blue-collar male that was raised in the streets of New York City, a few blocks from the projects, I start to learn how to deal with my intuition. And I start to learn how to deal with that part of me that can nurture my children. And what about if the females do the same thing, where they keep their nurturing nature? We don't throw the baby away with the bathwater, but at the same time they learn to exclude their powers that they have, just like the powers of when you see the female lions all hunt together. You know, that balancing of what they call that yin and yang energy. That's another way of looking at it.
You know, I can't tell you how many times when things go awry, whether it be in a relationship or a family, when things really go off the tracks, I can't tell you how many times it has taken the woman who puts her thoughtfulness into things, common sense, and has to literally work to hold. I see it as holding the balloon down.
No question about it.
Before it takes off and just things go completely out of control. But it takes an incredible amount of strength and, again, thoughtfulness, patience, nurturing. No one's here to insult anyone. Let's lay our cards on the table in a thoughtful fashion, not in some
and once again, the antithesis of that was my mother saying to me, "Wait till your father gets home." That was the cure-all for everything. And we're going to have to do this some more at another
will you
time.
Come back, I hope?
Yeah, please come back. Very enlightening stuff. Good to have you with us. And the website, once again there, Ray, is...
It's actually... Oh, go ahead, unless you have it in front of you. I can tell you more about you.
It's HOLISTICLEAM. And now I lost the rest of it.
No, you're fine. It's Hugh Del Conzo, founder of Holistic Learning Centers, Inc. You can find him at holisticlearningcenter.com, and he is the author of the Amazon...
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-610-5739. 800-610-5739. That's 800-610-5739. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
In 50 feet, turn left. Why are you driving so slowly?
After a few drinks, I'm taking it slow.
Well, you're not fooling the cop behind you.
What?
Get ready to pay in 0.1 miles.
Getting pulled over for buzz driving could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. Nothing kills a buzz like getting pulled over for buzz driving, because buzz driving is drunk driving. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
If you're 85 or younger, would you like peace of mind and comfort for your family? We're Final Expense Direct with an urgent message for you. The average funeral today costs over $8,000, but the most you'll get from government benefits is $255. How will your family pay the difference? We can help. Our senior plans start as low as just $1 a day and pay up to $30,000 for a funeral and other final expenses. Peace of mind is easy. There's no medical exam. You'll have lifetime coverage, and your plan can't be canceled as long as you pay your premiums. Call now for free information about our senior plans. Answer a few simple questions and receive approval right on the phone. Plus, call right now and we'll give you a discount prescription card for free. Call 800-561-5716. That's 800-561-5716. Again, 800-561-5716.
Welcome back. May is Asthma Awareness Month, and the call to action is asthma.com. With more on that is Dr. David Slade and someone who has suffered with the problem of asthma, Donna Matlock. Welcome to the two of you.
Thank you for having us, Rod.
Thank you so much.
Our pleasure. Doctor, what is asthma, and how and who does it affect the most?
So asthma is a chronic lung condition. It can start anywhere from childhood all the way to adulthood. You basically have swelling or inflammation inside of the air passageways, as well as periodically a tightening down of the airways, and you can experience things like coughing, wheezing, chest tightness, or like Donna has experienced that sensation of like an elephant sitting on top of your chest.
Mm-hmm. You see that commercial in your head with the fish out of water, and it really puts a great perspective on it. And Donna, what was your asthma aha moment that made you say, I got to do something about this?
My asthma aha moment was when I bent over to tie my shoes and had an asthma attack. I ended up in the hospital for 8 days because we could not control it at home. And it was just debilitating, to say the least. I couldn't do the things I normally did every day, and I never knew when I was going to have an attack.
See, we just get too hung up on these things like breathing and everything. Shame on us, right?
That's an issue. I know.
But then, of course, if we didn't breathe, doctor, you wouldn't have any work either. Well, what advice can you share with patients that are struggling with this problem?
So a couple of things. The first would be just not to settle for asthma taking over your life. If you see that what you're doing is less than what you used to do, you kind of feel like your world is becoming smaller, don't settle. And then the second thing is to be an advocate for yourself. So a great example is asthma.com. You can download an e-guide that has all kinds of information, and then being that advocate, talking to your doctor about what it's doing to your life.
Yeah, because it really does affect everybody in different ways. Dr. David Slade and Donna Matlock, once again, give us that website where we can get more information on Asthma Awareness Month.
It's asthma.com, and download the e-guide. It's a fabulous tool to help anyone that has asthma or thinks they may have asthma.
Well, great advice, and I hope a lot of people take heed to it. Thanks again to the two of you, and good luck in Asthma Awareness Month, asthma.com. This is Daybreak USA. Thanks to the doctor and Donna for joining us in this partnered interview.